Hello and welcome to week 2 of EDT 580. We'll have another online week from July 31st to August 6th, and then we will meet face to face. For this week, I'm asking you to read the second half of the book. I believe it's chapters 8 through 13. It sounds like overall people are really enjoying the text, which I'm thrilled. I find it one of those books that reminds me about why I do all the things I do. So glad it's resonating for lots of you. Also glad, though, to hear that there's some points that you want to push back on or still think about. They're very well done, what you've started to write about in Google Classroom. For this week, you are going to help contribute to sort of a resource bank for us in terms of finding inspiration for innovation. I've started a new Padlet. You've got the link here. And this time you are looking to add either a video or a graphic, some resource that helps you think about what kind of educational model you want to work in. When you put it on, go ahead and put a title and then put plus and your initial just so we can track who's adding the various content. You are welcome to add, you have to add at least one. You're welcome to add more than that. And with the exception, though, that if someone's already posted it, like I've added from Kuros, one of his infographics, then you need to add something different. So don't repost something that's already been shared. And feel free to ask others to collaborate on this with us. It would be great to sort of build a resource bank for each, for us together and then for those outside the classroom. So that's the first thing. And then the next part is for you to do some personal reflection and goal setting around the sort of the, what do you think about this book? And so what I'm asking you to do is in part A, and this will be a Google Classroom assignment. In part A, I'm asking you to choose at least 5 of the 7 following prompts. If you want to do all of them, feel free. Each one should be about 500 words, a solid paragraph. And it's fine to use I, but do polish and write coherently. Sometimes folks want to do kind of stream of consciousness, and I appreciate you taking some time to really organize what you're trying to say. So you're going to do 5 of the 7 prompts there. And then you're going to do all of the questions here for your goals. And again, for this first question here, around 400, 500 words. And do you consider yourself an innovative educator? In what ways? How do you hope to grow? How will your strand and workshops help you with these goals? And if you want to check out the workshops for next week, you should know what your strand is. But if you want to check out your workshops, which is the afternoon time, you can see the schedule here for each day, and then you can see sort of the brief overview for the workshops. With the workshops, they're just drop-in format. You don't pre-sign up for those, so you'll choose whichever one you want to go to. And again, if I want to go read the full descriptions for Monday, down at the bottom is where those full descriptions are. So you can start thinking about planning your week as you prepare for gathering. And then just asking you to think about what could you ask your learners, and then thinking about some goal setting. And for those of you who are taking 598 this fall with me, which is also 531 Studio and Computing for Learning, you can hold my feet to the fire on these. So my goal is to implement more collaborative projects that involve experts beyond my classroom or school. And then I've started to break that into some more measurable, discrete things. So that I can, keep myself accountable for those pieces. So for this, when you log into Google Classroom, you should see that there's an assignment. And when you click on this, it will open up a Google Doc for you. And then when you're done working, you'll just hit submit in order to turn it back into me. And just a note here, you can see some conversation about including page numbers and how to do that if you've got an e-reader or Kindle version of the text. So, and the last invitation is to jump in the conversation. Kuros, one of his big things, and a place I agree with him greatly, is that with innovation, we need to look for that network of people that inspires us. One place to do that is to connect through Twitter. I use TweetDeck. If you've had 520 with me, it's a It's a resource that I introduce folks to so that I can follow the hashtag for EdTech207 to connect with folks in this class. EdChat Main is the sort of main conversation about this, and I encourage you to start thinking about, whatever resource that you add to our Padlet, think about tweeting it out as well to connect with others and using those relevant hashtags from education to connect more widely with them. So I look forward to reading the rest of the week's work for week 1 and then to launching into week 2. Have a great weekend.